Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this live broadcast. Welcome, guys. I welcome you on this happy Tuesday, terrific Tuesday. I'm glad to be back. Yeah. Welcome. Let's get to hang around. It's always a pleasure to be here, letting the world know that there is an opportunity that you all can be partakers of and transform your life. So welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this live broadcast. Welcome. Let's get to hang around together. Let's hang out together. It's such an honor to have you guys join me on this live broadcast on this great Tuesday afternoon that we are alive and kicking. And obviously, God has great plans for each one of us. And no wonder we have been awarded. Margaret Abraha, welcome alive. The Lord has seen it fit for his mercies that endures every morning for us to be alive today. So I welcome you this great afternoon to share and to, just to come. Let's gather together and let's get to interact. Roswa, Father, welcome. How are you doing, my great friend? Praise the name of the living God. Welcome to this live broadcast. Let me know if you can hear me well. It's such a privilege to be on here. I don't take anything for granted, more so the gift of life, good health, and a purpose for my life. And the reason I'm gathering all of you on here is so we can get to interact. Maybe there's something I'm gonna just utter that might help you, you people who are busy scrolling on these social media platforms. So let's gather in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see people who are joining. I welcome you, Lina, Kim, Mama, Siblings, Toto, Dolly. And as you join, guys, let's engage. Feel free to tap and show me some love. The only contribution as I share these golden nuggets with all of you. Yeah, people joining me on TikTok, I welcome you. People who are joining me on YTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, let's get to engage. Let's get to interact. Like I said, it's such an honor to let the world know that there is an opportunity that they can partake and transform their lives. Not just your own life, Pia International. Lusimbogo, yeah, welcome. And guys, as you join, please feel free to tap. Let me know if I'm audible. Let me know if I'm audible. Let me know if it's your first time seeing me. It's your first time to engage and interact with me. Please feel free to let me know. Joki Kireri, if it's your first time, if you're a newbie on this live, feel welcome and appreciated. It's such an honor to come and share on these social media streets what I am doing, as one of the people who are present on these social media streets. I make part of the global community. These platforms, they are people from all walks of life, from every part of the world who are busy scrolling. And I want to ask you, if you're making any money being part of the people who are scrolling and spending so much time on the internet. That's the reason that I'm joining this live. That's the reason that I'm showing up to tell you about a business that I started. And I learned about this business just the way I'm sharing these golden nuggets with you. That's how I stumbled on somebody, a complete stranger, who was talking about a business that she's doing, working on her smartphone and earning in foreign currency, a global business that only requires you to have that determination of wanting to change your life, wanting to come out of a situation that you have been in, some problems that you have been faced with. If you're looking for a solution to a problem that you're facing in, here is a business that can get you out of that problem. Guys, you do not need to have any experience. You don't even need products of your own. You don't need that. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. And Titi is asking me to encourage my viewers to share my live and invite more and more friends. So if you're gonna long press the little arrow, you can share this live so that we can have more and more people who are coming on to this live to listen. Probably they are faced with a situation or a problem that I was once experiencing. And so I'm joining this live, or I'm doing this live broadcast from Nairobi, Kenya. And guys, your contribution, your only contribution with all kindness, and I'm asking this lovingly and kindly, that if you can just use your finger to show me some love, tap, tap, tap on the screen for me, just show some love as I share these golden nuggets. It could be what I'm about to tell you is something that you are scrolling and looking for, because being on this live broadcast, you are in the right channel. It's not by coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. And while you're scrolling, just like I stumbled on somebody who actually was directed to me by the grace of God, because the situations that I was faced with, ladies and gentlemen, the situations that I was faced with were such dire situations. And that's the reason I'm here today, knowing very well that I was not the only mama who was in that situation back in the day. I'm talking about prior to June of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, as you come in, please tap on the screen. Up till now, none of you has given me not one like. I don't know, probably what I'm about to tell you is nothing that you're looking for. Maybe you camp on the internet purely just as a consumer of what other people are creating and posting. Maybe you just look for entertainment, because I want to share with you, FYI, that the people who are scrolling on these social media streets are either looking for entertainment. They are consumers who are looking for entertainment. Others are looking for education. All right? So it's got to be one or the other that keeps you scrolling for long hours. So let me start by introducing myself as I wait and anticipate that you're going to contribute by just double tapping your screen. Just double tap your screen, or rather tap, tap, tap on the screen and share or contribute by giving me likes. That's all I'm asking of you kindly, that your contribution, as much as you're listening and you're on high alert. Yeah, my name is Miss Jane, a mom of one, a stay-at-home grandma, first-time granny, yeah, who worked in the retail industry for over half my life. I worked as a retail salesperson, and I had someone telling me what to do for over half my life. Imagine. It was nothing pleasant, guys. And like I said, the good Lord led me to what I'm sharing here with you today. Frank Mkenya, thank you for being here. Joy Christabel, Kerry Benson, welcome Oliacha. I appreciate every single one of you who's joining this broadcast. Yeah. So, guys, I was saved by the grace of God. Yeah, please tap, tap, tap as you listen. Thank you, Joy Christabel. Appreciate you. Thank you. You're learning the drill. You're a good student. Appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, so I was saved by the grace of God. Like I'm sharing here today, this information about an online business. The only reason a business exists, I don't know whether you've heard this before. Yeah? What's that? Winfrau Mbiro. Thank you, Joy Christabel, for what you're doing. And Davy, I see Zinlenguam. Oh my goodness. Let me not bite my tongue. I don't want to butcher your name, but thank you for being here. Appreciate you. The only reason a business exists is to solve a problem. And so I told you I came onto this online space with a whole lot of problems. And I found a business that is solving solutions for people, guys. And I know without a reasonable doubt that having come from the retail industry, I worked in the retail industry for over half my life. I don't know what you do for life. I don't know how you generate your income. Yeah, I don't know where you are stuck, but I'm saying the only reason a business exists is to solve a problem. Whatever business it is, if we have people who are actually not on the 9 to 5 on here, we might have people who are running businesses. I want to tell you, excuse me, it might be your first time that you're hearing this, but if you are running a business, you have a business that you are operating, whatever it, for your information, the only reason a business exists is to solve a problem. All right, guys? So at my 9 to 5, I was always grinding, guys. Overworked, overwhelmed, super stressed, and I felt so exhausted for over half my life. How old do I look like? Yeah, maybe you're also always grinding. You're listening to me from your 9 to 5. You still find time to snoop into these social media streets and just have a listen and just get entertained, because probably you're not earning any income being on here. So I had a 9 to 5 where I was always grinding and always breaking my back behind a desk, where I was overworked and underpaid, overwhelmed, and I felt so exhausted, stuck in the same cycle, doing the same thing year in, year out. And it wasn't pleasant. Guys, do you realize that I was supporting my family on a single income? Thank you, Njoki Kireri. Thank you, Joy Christabel. Continue to listen. Yeah, I might just be sharing something that you're on this platform, and especially this TT. I hope you're well aware that you make part of the over 1 billion people who are present on TikTok. Yeah? Over 1 billion people every single day come onto TikTok, and you're well aware. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're listening to me. It's your first time to see me. Please type 1. If you're listening to me and you're a newbie on this live, it's the first time that you're seeing me. Let us get and engage. Let us interact. Type 1 if this is the first time that you've come across me. As a stay-at-home mom and a digital marketer, I'm an international entrepreneur, and I'm just here to share about an opportunity. Thank you, Christabel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Anybody else who's seeing me today for the first time, I'm a global entrepreneur, and TikTok is the number one search engines. TikTok is the number one search engine. This is where you'll find all those stay-at-home moms, maybe you are, all those struggling parents who have school fees arrears and are looking for an opportunity that they can generate income, supplement that 9 to 5 salary, supplement or have multiple income streams. This is where you'll find people searching for search, because TT is the number one search engine. So like I said, I worked for over half my life on a 9 to 5 grind. I was exhausted and stuck in that situation. One reason why people are getting stuck, doing the same thing, running, it's a rat race. It's a cycle, survival mode, yeah, where you're pushing or trading your time for dollars, pushing the hamster wheel, trying to chase wind. Yeah, you're chasing the wind, trying to make money, spending long hours, you're overworked. But what they pay you after 30 days, you sit and wait for your paycheck until after 30 days. Now, today, if I challenged you to check your bank balances, you don't even need to check, because in your mind, you know very well how much is left. You just received your paycheck. Today is 3326. It's a beautiful date, isn't it? Thank you, Christabel, for what you're doing. Yeah. Thank you very much for the engagement and the interactions. Imagine today, at the back of your mind, you know how much you have left. That paycheck, you're barely surviving on it. You have over 23 bills with your name on it. And you're surviving on a single income. Yeah? Isn't that stressful? You're waiting for one paycheck, one salary that's going to pay your bills. If you have any emergency, God forbid, it's going to take care of that. Yeah. You have other needs. People need to eat. People need to eat to live. All right. So my self-esteem was taking a nosedive southwards. While I had a 9 to 5, I had a job that I reported to. I punched that clock religiously, and they had me there stuck, working myself, breaking my back behind a desk. I was in retail sales. And I supported my family on that single income. Aging parents, yeah, my one and only child. I said, now I'm a stay-at-home mom and a first-time grandma. And through what I experienced, guys, that was my wake-up call. People perish for lack of knowledge. Yeah, my people perish for lack of knowledge. That's what the word of God. I'm a believer, and I've read the word, and I know there's a verse that says people perish for lack of knowledge. Our parents, tell me, type me, if you are also raised by parents who are similar to my parents. My parents raised us. They did not know anything better than, I see some comments have been filtered. Please, let's just maintain respect. Let's maintain respect. If you feel what I'm sharing here is not for you, you might just scroll on, because I'm one of the 1.1 billion people, over 1.1 billion people who are using this TT. Thank you very much for the loves. Thank you for the likes. So I sank deeper in debt. And I had a 9 to 5 where I punched the clock. I worked weekdays, I worked weekends, including Sundays, including public holidays. And that was my wake-up call. Spending long hours from the people who really matter most to you. Like I said, I'm a first-time granny. My grandbaby just turned 5 months. And I cannot wait. I'm really excited and looking forward. I'm super thrilled at every milestone that I experience. Yeah, every milestone. When he starts blabbing, when he starts squealing, I'm there. I'm a present grandma. For the times that I did not spend with my only daughter as I struggled, yeah, on survival mode, on a single income, paycheck to paycheck. Super stressful, isn't it? So let me know if you are raised by parents like mine, parents who believed on, who knew no other way other than raising us. They took us to school. They struggled to put us through education. They believed, go to school, get good grades. All right? Then build a career. Join a college or uni, build a career, find a job and work until Jesus comes back. Get a family, raise your family. Work, 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 always grinding. They didn't know anything better than that. And that's the way we found it. Guys, we are not living back in the days. Those days are long gone. Just like there were days when the Israelites lived, in Exodus. Yeah. And those days are long gone when they would pray to God and he would rain manna on them. Those days are long gone. Today, we are living in the digital era. Who knows? These are the times, we are living in the digital era. So you will not just work, work, work. No play. And no wonder you are present on these social media platforms that have been availed to us for free. Who does not own a smartphone? Even if they don't own a smartphone, they have a phone that keeps them communicating. I'm here to tell you about something that you can do differently. The long hours that you are spending on social media, you can convert these hours. Thank you, Monique, for joining. Monique's for joining. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for being present on here. I appreciate every single one of you. And thank you for the love, Joy. Keep tapping. There's a reward. There's a reward for tapping and for engaging. So if you are born and raised by parents like mine, please put me. Parents who took us to school because they knew no other way. That was how we were raised. Parents who took us to school, yeah, and expected good grades. They expected us to work hard there, remain in school. If you performed well, then they would send you to college to get skills. Yeah. And they expected you to build a career in college out of the skills that you acquired in college or school, not necessarily uni or college. Then you would land yourself a job, tramak around and about, trying to find a job placement so that you could use the skills that you were taught in college or school. Yeah. Without a skill, nobody will offer you a job. Thank you, Faith Digital, for coming on to show your support. Appreciate you. She's another digital marketer like me. We are in the same business. People who are determined to change their livelihood and not just sit, because we have a smartphone, yeah, that is connected to the internet. That's how we are present. Hello, my friend. Welcome to this live broadcast. Yeah. So the reason that we are showing up here is so that we can tell many more. I'm speaking on behalf of other moms who were in situations like mine. Thank you for the tapping. Yeah. Other parents like me, ordinary parents, no fancy college degrees. I'm not coming from a mansion, but a struggling parent who once worked behind a desk breaking their back and was barely surviving. I came into this business as a broke mom, broke and broken. I never had time for myself, let alone for my family. I was always grinding. And so I stayed away from the people who really mattered most to me. Thank you for joining the people on YTube. Appreciate you. Yeah. And therefore, I stayed away for long hours. I was overworked and underpaid. What I got at the end of 30 days, at the end of the month. And I know I'm not the only one. If you were to confess, you know how much is left. Today being the 3rd of the month. This is just the 3rd. You got your paycheck just a couple of days away. It had you smiling for a couple of hours, let's be honest. And today you're back broke. Who said that we were meant to find jobs just to get paid to pay bills? And that's how I landed myself into debt. Imagine. I had a 9 to 5. I said I've worked for over 30 years of my life. Different jobs. And I put my best foot forward. I pretended to be happy at work, earning awards because I put my best foot forward. I was a very good worker. And that's what they are looking for. They want people who will make them the thousands, who will keep bringing in profits. You're building their dreams. Those are the people they are looking for. And you know what? Joy Christabel, do you know if you are on a 9 to 5, if you have that 9 to 5 job, you have a white collar, blue collar job, whatever it is that you're doing, are you aware that it's your skills that have put you there? That paycheck that you get, that salary where they pay you, it's a skill that you have that you're applying on their job. And so they have hired you. And after 30 days, the paycheck that you get, it's for a skill that you have put to use, your skill. And so I realized that I wasn't happy doing what I was doing day in, day out. Deep inside, deep inside, I was trapped, helping build somebody else's dreams. They hire you, and I kept getting awards. Awards, not monetary awards. Shields for doing my work well. But all the while, I still found time to snoop into the internet. I was still scrolling on the internet. Yeah, probably just to get my heart to feel, to get joy from the content that others were creating, getting myself entertained while at work because I wasn't happy, but I was pretending to be. Being the first person that people walked to when they came to my job, when they got to my workstation, I was the first face that they met. And therefore, I had to wear a smile, a fake smile, pretending to be happy. I wore a fake smile. I faked a smile. Whereas deep inside, I was hurting. I felt trapped because I was building somebody else's dreams and mine were nowhere in the horizon. I faked it till, well, I never made it. And I kept praying to God because I said I'm a believer. I prayed. I stayed stuck. I prayed all the while, Mr. Yobras, Mr. Nice. I see you. Welcome to my live. Thank you for the follow. Imagine you're hoping and trusting and putting all your faith, praying that one day you'd become so successful on that 9 to 5 grind, on that same salary. Once in a while, I fasted. And I knew the good Lord was listening. And imagine they hiked my pay to 2%. 2% in this day and age. How much can 2% get you off a debt? Whenever I met a hurdle. Thank you, Freddie. Is that you for real? Welcome to this live. Welcome, Guy. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing? If that's you for real, you know what to do. And I can invite you into this. I can invite you so that you can come and let's just share. Let's just share and get more and more people to know what it is, the opportunity that we found. All right. So deep down inside, guys, I was trapped, doing the same thing over and over and over and not getting paid my worth. I was barely scrapping by. Like, could I even afford 3 decent meals for my only child? I said I had a whole load of bills that had my name on them. And so I really looked forward to end month. I really looked forward to payday, as if we were all, raised to work until Jesus comes back just to pay bills. What about my social life? What about raising my only child well? What about spending time traveling with the people who mattered most to me? What about just living the life that you have always dreamed of and having savings in your bank account? I just started this live by asking, if you were to check, not even check because you know how much you have left in there. So my life was falling apart. My life was falling apart. The stress, the shame, the constant juggling of deadlines and responsibilities that they put on my back, on my shoulders, not to mention my self-esteem that was taking a hit every day, reporting and punching that clock religiously for long hours. I was losing myself. My passion for life was fading day in, day out. I don't know about you. I don't know what it is that you do for life. But I knew deep down inside that I was meant for more. If only I got an opportunity. I knew deep down inside, having worked for over half my life, if I got a different opportunity, if somebody led me to something different, and that's what drives me to the internet. Like some of you, you're spending time on here. I said TT is the #1 search engine. And so while you're scrolling and spending long hours on social media, one of the things I know you might be looking for, yeah, is ways that you can transform your life, ways that you can earn an income online. You've been seeing digital marketers. You're looking for an escape route. That is what I was looking for when I Googled, I searched. Being present on the internet. Let me tell you what. Do you know that you already qualify to start your own online business, working on your phone and earning a full-time income besides what you're earning wherever? Whether it's a business that you're running, your own business, yeah? Whether you've started a side hustle, whether you are on that 9 to 5 where they have given you a job and you're putting in the sweat and blood, yeah? If you're looking for an escape route, you are in the right channel, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the right channel. And that's how I stumbled onto this beautiful business model. While I scrolled, while I spent long hours on the internet, I said a business is designed to solve a problem. With all my problems, I found myself Googling, I found myself searching for something that I could do. And literally, because I kept seeing people on my FYP while I spent long hours on the internet, it said on the average, you're spending 2 to 4 hours on the average scrolling on these social media streets. If you're listening to me, I would suggest that you type how much time you're spending on the internet. Let's go, let's go. Let's engage, let's interact. You want to share with us how much time you spend on the internet? Joy, Christabel, you've been here since we started. How much time are you spending on the internet? Let's put it in the chats. If you're listening to me, Baba J254, I see you. Thank you for joining. Kenya has sufficient petrol. All right. Let me know how much time you are spending scrolling on the internet. Would you like to put that? Would you like to put it? Guys, one source of income is not enough. One source of income is not enough, and you know that very well. And so I landed on these social media streets, and I was looking for something that I could do as a side hustle even, just to supplement that 9 to 5 paycheck. Let me know how much time you spend scrolling on the internet. Anybody would like to share with us how much time it is that you're spending on the internet? There is enough money to be made on this internet, let me tell you. So if you're just spending your long hours scrolling, being entertained, it's a high time that you smell the coffee. This should be your wake-up call. Just so you know, there's a population of over 5 billion people on the internet every day. What is it that keeps these people glued on their phones, scrolling on these social media streets? There's thousands and thousands to be earned on these social media platforms. And that's the reason that brings me here. Yeah. Nabi Peter, thank you for coming on to this live. Thank you for joining Walker himself. Those, I see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to just listen in. Ensure that by the time we are done with this live, your takeaway will already be giving you ideas of what you can do and how you can translate the long hours that you're spending to earning an income. Let me tell you what, this is all I do. I'm now an international entrepreneur, a digital marketer. Maybe you don't even know that you are a digital marketer. Let me know if any of you has ever ordered anything online. Yeah, type 2. If you have ever placed an order, if you have ever bought anything online. Have you? Anybody listening to me here who has ever placed an order online? If you have ever bought anything on the digital space, put type number 2. None of you has. Guys, you haven't done any kind of business online. So am I the only digital marketer there is here? Lucy, the digital guide, thank you for joining. I'm asking if there's anybody who's part of this live broadcast. Thank you for joining. If any of you has bought an item or any of you has done business online. Anybody? What is it that's keeping you on these social media platforms? Excuse me. What are you doing on the internet? None of you has bought a product. None of you has paid for a service online. You mean to say none of you has even watched movies on Netflix? That's an online business. Does anybody want to share if you have ever bought a product online? Let me know if anybody has been online and has bought something on the digital space. Nobody. Or is it that maybe you have used, you have done digital marketing without knowing? Could it be? Because when I came into this business, it's an online business. I'm a digital marketer. I had no clue. I started this with no experience. I didn't have any prior experience before. I had never sold or marketed anything on social media, but I spent long hours on here until I realized there's enough money to be earned. And it's a job to do it. It's a job for you to put your hands or get your hands to this kind of money. And especially doing it on your phone. So the business that I'm doing as an online business, as a digital marketer, I am promoting ready-made digital products online. And I make a full-time income. I don't have to commute to a workstation. No, but I am marketing. I resell ready-made digital products from my phone, from the comfort. Pastor Rosemary Joseph, praise the name of a living God. Appreciate your presence on here. Thank you for joining. Keep tapping on the screen for me. Imagine I work from the comfort of my home on my phone and I'm earning a full-time income in USDs without having to travel abroad. I don't even step out of my door. I don't have to report to a workstation. I'm not punching a clock. For the last 21 months, this is all I do. As a stay-at-home, first-time grandmother, I realized that you just needed to land on the right opportunity, an opportunity that works, a system that has been proven to work by others who have started this same business and have become so successful. As digital marketers who are promoting the same ready-made digital products online, and they attract their perfect customers just by sacrificing. If you can spare just 2 to 3 hours of your day, you have a smartphone that's connected to the internet, ladies and gentlemen. You are already present on social media, scrolling for long hours. 3 things that you have: your smartphone that's connected to the internet, you have social media because you're present already. You're not gonna start now. I was present on FB, and all I used to do is post my selfies, my pictures, whenever I had a great meal or an escape with the girls, which was rare, highly unlikely, because I didn't have a budget for it. We did not have a budget for it. So social life was a thing that I yearned for. But once in a while, when I had a new dress, a new outfit, which was once in a blue moon, I had financial constraints. My 9 to 5 did not give me financial security. So all the good stuff, it was highly unlikely. All right? But once in a while, I would post my pictures with the girls just to get a few likes. Fast forward to today. Mwesh, thank you for joining. I appreciate your presence. Fast forward to June of 2024, when I stumbled on this golden opportunity of an online business that does not require you to work the whole entire day, but just spare 2 to 3 hours of your day. And you don't have to sit a full 3 hours doing this business. No, I already said there's like 2 people listening to me and maybe others listening from out there. All right? It does not require you to have a large social media following. You don't even need to have your own products that you're promoting. You will invest in some already created digital products that will teach you how to resell them over and over. And for every sale, imagine you bag 100% profit. Never in my wildest dreams had I come across something like that. I had no idea that you could become so successful. Imagine even reselling somebody else's products and even bagging the whole 100% profit, not having to share it with anyone. I was so used to being micromanaged by other people. I had uplines, downlines, people telling me what to do every day. People who were really like commandeering at the workstation. And I had to take orders, even to go on a toilet break. Joy, to take a toilet break, I needed to report to someone. To run an errand, they timed me. To take your lunch break, they time you. You see, those are not pleasant things. So I came into this online space looking for something because I knew that I was born and meant for much more. And not work for somebody else behind a desk. So you might be here and you're listening to me and you're also looking for something that you can do. how you can make use of social media, because there is more than enough for all of us. There is more than enough money for us on these social media platforms, on the internet. Why? Why do I say that? Because if you can land on an opportunity such as mine, start your own online business where you will be working for yourself as your own boss. The products are already created for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheels. You will be taught how you will run this online business. Will all be guided. You'll be guided. It will be provided what you have to do, when and how you have to do it within the 2 to 3 hours of your day, so that you can sprinkle it along the entire day. You must not just sit glued. I'm now a digital marketer. I have some products that I must promote and market and resell on the digital space, so I don't need any disturbance. No. That's not how this works. Half an hour there, half an hour here, another 15 minutes or so, yeah, along your day, you can sprinkle the 2 to 3 hours of the work that you have to do to keep this business, to make yourself known, to introduce your online business, to introduce the product to the people who are on the internet. 5 billion people. How many people do you think are looking for something that they could do to earn an income? They are stay-at-home moms like me. Some of them are nursing their young ones. They are on maternity leave. And so, who here who's listening to me, yeah? Who here, if they earned like $100 besides what they are making from their 9 to 5, besides what they are earning, the income that they are making from their business, whether it's a business or not. Cyril, thank you for joining. Abdi, Ouma, I see you. Silamon Fashion, thank you for being on this live broadcast. Now let's keep tapping on the screen. That's the only contribution that I expect of you. If what I'm saying makes sense, please let me know. Yeah. Type 2 if what I'm talking to you about makes sense. If you are a parent like me who has had bills from here to high heavens, you're running behind on rent, probably you have bills that are unpaid. That's the reason I show up. I'm here to tell you, I have found a way that has given me ease and grace to pay the bills promptly without having to wait for like 30 days when bills are overdue. How many of you get home to find that, Sabina, welcome to my live. I hope that's you for real. Guys, be safe. We've got a lot of fake accounts. All these names that I'm calling out, some of them, they are digital marketers like me, and we are in the same business. So those of us who are in the same community, thank you, Sally Cargo, appreciate your presence. Yeah, like Sabina Legacy Wealth. She's one of my business, can I say business? Not partners really, but we are in the same business. We do the same business. And she has made quite a fortune, if I may say, if I may say so. Yeah, she's joining from South Africa, if that's her for real. Yeah, and we are in the same business and we support each other. She really inspires lots of us. She's inspiring many of us because as a stay-at-home mom, she discovered an opportunity where she's helping her husband pay the bills. If that's you, you are a struggling parent. Like you have so many responsibilities. You could be a dad. You have so many responsibilities in your hands, and you're looking for something that you can do where you can earn or generate income. This is it. You can start this online business. You can start. I can show you how. You can land yourself and invest in this digital product that will teach you how to resell or market them on social media instead of just scrolling and becoming a consumer on these social media platforms. You will find a way of learning skills of how you can market any product, starting with these digital programs that have already been created for you. You can learn how you can also create your own digital product similar to this, and then you end up having multiple income streams. If not that, the other skills that you will learn from these digital programs that I am promoting or marketing online from my phone, where I get to earn 100% profit. Chico Triza, thank you for joining. Appreciate you. How are you doing, my friend? Baburakis, I see you. Dantes, Koi, Joy, Koi, I see you. Welcome to this live broadcast. Appreciate you. Be on high listening alert. Guys, if you want to learn skills that can help your already pre-existing business, because not everybody is on a 9 to 5. Not everybody has a 9 to 5 grind. Not everybody has a day job. Others are doing business. I see colors on cakes. I see you. Thank you for being present on my live. Appreciate you. All right. So some people already have their own pre-existing businesses. You've seen people who are selling some products on social media. You might have come across people who are selling beauty products, people who are selling weight loss products, people who are rendering services. Like if you have to subscribe to Netflix and you can sit and binge watch on movies, trying to drown your stress by watching a movie that will keep you entertained, that will bring a smile before you get tucked into those into your beds, yeah? Before you hop into your bed and start tossing and turning because you cannot afford to even find sleep. How many of you have that glow from your smartphone because you cannot find sleep even when you retire to bed? Yeah, you keep seeing that landlord. You know that the rents, you have rent arrears, and you're wondering how the hell you're gonna make it through the month. Today is already the 3rd. Are you already looking forward to the next paycheck? Or did you fuel enough to see you through the month? If you have your motive, it might not be your dream car. It might not be your dream car. It's just a motive that takes you from point A to B. From that paycheck that you just got, that barely lasted 48 hours, did you fuel enough to see you through? Because that reminds me, with the many handbags that I own, once I got my paycheck, there were groceries, yeah? There was school fees, right? Then food, not to mention that broken school backpack that I didn't have a budget to replace. So the many handbags that I had, I found myself like ransacking, if that's the correct word to use, trying to find if I would get some, change in my purse just to take me enough, just to take me to my job, to my workstation. Jano, ya kurudi nitatafutililia, if you understand. And I know I'm not the only parent. I know I wouldn't have been the only parent who was struggling. There's many of us. But I'm telling you, you already qualify to start your own online business because you have a smartphone. That's one of the tools that's required. You have internet connection, social media. You can spare 2 to 3 hours of your day. Invest in this done for you, ready-made digital product that will solve problems that you are being faced with. I said for anybody to start a business, Joy, I'm sure you keep going to the supermarket. Excuse me. There are three characteristics that you would require to solve a problem. All right? You have a problem there, right there. When you walk into Carrefour or you go into Naivas or what's the other one? Quick Mart. What's taking you there? I'm sure you have a problem. You need toothpaste. All right? You need to brush your teeth. So you'll need to go, there's a whole list of groceries. Maybe you don't take sugarless tea like I do. So you'll need to buy sugar. You'll need to buy tissue. You'll need to buy diapers for your young one. That's a problem right there. So to solve that problem, you'll need to reach out to people who are providing those products. So you walk into a supermarket, you walk into a grocery store, you have a problem. So you're looking for a solution. You need soap, bathing soap, or shower gels, right? You need to smell nice. You need diapers for your little one. And so you have to spend some money to solve the problems. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the love and the like so far. And TT would like for us to verify that we are all not bots here. So I would suggest that you contribute by tapping. How many people am I talking to on this live? The story that I'm giving you, does it resonate with anybody who's listening to me? Like you walk into a supermarket, you need to spend some money so that you get a solution to a problem. All right? So you need to buy lotion. And that's why I asked, have you ever been on the digital space online and purchased something? Have you seen people who are selling beauty products on here? Garniers and the like? Nivea? Have you seen people who are selling weight loss products, weight loss teas? Have you come across any of them? Do you ever order food stuff online by the click of a button? Do you do online banking? Those are some of the digital businesses. Let me just give you a short story illustrating businesses are here. Any business that is in existence, or the only reason a business exists is to solve a problem. A business is designed to solve a problem. And so that is why I have an online business that is solving so many of my problems, that's giving me solutions. But now I am here. I have products that will solve your solution. Let me read you a story here, illustrating clearly and simply, like a grade 5 student would understand, my kind of business and my products, which are purely digital. They are not tangible. You cannot touch them. Just like you're listening to me on YTube, you're listening to me on TT. This is an app that you cannot touch. Have you been listening to music? Even though I cannot sing to save my life, all the time I'm here downloading even the lyrics, and I love to sing. I love to sing gospel, and I'll hum even if I don't have the lyrics. Yeah, they are downloadable. I come on here and I download the lyrics, even though I cannot sing to save my life. But I enjoy music. How many of you are listening to Spotify? That's another online, um, um, that's another app that's not tangible. It's a digital product. These social media platforms that we all get to engage in. Narine, thank you for joining Clock Free. How is Canada? Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being on to this live. So let me illustrate to you the products that I have and the kind of customers, or my leads, the people who I am targeting to get my products. I already told you we are on these social media platforms that have a presence. There are people who are camping online, over 5 billion people. That's the presence on social media every single day. Joy, every single day you make part of the world that camps online. You have people glued to their smartphones every single day, over 5 billion people. And so if I started a business and I said the only reason a business is designed to solve a problem. So whose problem am I solving? Who's my target audience? Ladies and gentlemen, people who are in certain situations, people who are faced with certain problems, those are my target audience. Those should be my customers. Now, if I'm saying TT on a daily has over 1 billion users, am I targeting 1 billion customers to buy my products? No. I have a corner of people who are in a corner in the internet, people who are looking for my products, and we call them niche, Niche. If there's anybody who is willing, you can type that word niche. I see financial freedom on here. Thank you for joining. Anzo, I see you. Please keep contributing by just tapping on the screen for me. Tap, tap, tap on the screen if I'm sharing these golden nuggets that you can make do with. Yeah. Let me have somebody typing the word niche. Niche is a group of people who are actually in a corner in the internet. People who are faced with a similar problem and would be interested in the products that I am marketing or selling online. And as a digital marketer, in simple terms, digital marketing, I came into this business without a clue of what digital marketing really meant. But thus far, some of these jargons, imagine in basic terms, if you find anybody who's running a business online, somebody who is selling something on the digital space, digital is online. Marketing is either promoting or selling something. That's what digital marketing is. And that's why I asked you before, Kirim Njogu, thank you for joining. I asked you, could it be that you have ever used digital marketing and you're not aware? Because I know I'm not the only one who has ever used online banking. I know I'm not the only one who loves Netflix. I know I'm not the only one who has used Uber or Uber Eats. I have bought products from the online stores, from social media. Guys, keep tapping on the screen for me. Let's just engage. Keep tapping on the screen for me if whatever I'm telling you makes sense. So I want to explain to you how grateful I am that I'm not at the same place that I was prior to June of 2024. Looking back at the things that I could not afford because I had financial constraints, because I had problems from here to high heavens. As a believer, I had a 9 to 5 that never paid me my worth, despite the fact that I put my best foot forward and I put in long hours. But I was barely scraping by. I survived on a single income, and there were so many people that I needed to support. Looking back at the things that I denied my only child, ladies and gentlemen, how I was struggling on a single income to make ends meet. And I had that 9 to 5, and I'm barely making it depending on a single income. That was stressful. So fast forward, I came across, Jacob Okumu, thank you for being here. I came across digital marketing, which is a business opportunity on social media that has me earning between 100 to 1,000 USDs in a single day. And that's why I asked, have you been part of the digital marketing world? Have you ever purchased something on the digital space, on social media? So when you come across people who are speaking the way I am, people on your FYPs, and you listen to them and they're yapping about earning a full-time income on their phone. You come across a lady, a mom like me, a stay-at-home mom, who's talking about making over 1,000 USDs in a single day, promoting or selling a product that I did not even create myself on social media, and you're looking at them, too good to be true. Too good to be true. I've been across people who watch me. They like my video. They like my videos. They like my content. Whatever it is, they keep sharing my live. Like I'd request you to share this live, and let's get more and more people knowing about my business. Yeah? Let's get more people getting this knowledge, learning about this golden opportunity that if I could do as an ordinary stay-at-home mom, alongside people from all walks of lives, there's a community. I belong to a global community. Global is the word here. That I'm promoting or marketing my done for me digital products on social media, and I'm attracting my perfect audience, my customers who are scrolling on these social media platforms. TT has over 1 billion users every day, not at the end of March. And you make part of the 1 billion. You're listening to me from your smartphone. You have internet connection. You scroll for over 2 hours, which is the average time that people are spending on the internet. 2 to 4 hours of your day. And this business only requires you to spare 2 to 3 hours of your day. So if you come across people who are saying, we are making 300 to $900 in a single day, you better believe them, because I'm proof. I'm one of them. Just by reselling ready-made digital products on social media, and I came into this business without experience. You're not required to have a social media following. I was never present on TikTok. If anything, I was scared stiff. I used to shake as a leaf. I still do. But they have taught me, this is one of the skills, attraction marketing. I have become a magnet. I have become a magnet because it's a skill that they are teaching us. Over 59,000 of us who have come into this business, people who were determined to change their lives. From a broke mom who could barely afford to go traveling from a broke mom who survived on a single income, paycheck to paycheck, who had to wait for 30 days when my bills were all overdue, to getting my pay, to receiving my paycheck 30 days later of hard work and putting in the sweats, breaking my back on a dead-end job, selling products for others and building their dreams. That was my wake-up call. I was determined to change my life, not just mine, but that of my family. I found a better way to earning income, working around the people who matter most to me. I came into this business for myself, for my family, but not once have I been alone, because I'm part of a global community with over 59,000 people who are doing the same business. But everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. There are some who started way before me. They started way before me. This business was founded by a single mom, a mother of 6, and a grandmother to 5, who was super stressed and overwhelmed. She barely found the time, let alone afford. She could barely afford to raise her 6 children and 5 grandchildren. And so she started, she's the founder of the Legacy Builders program, which is what I promote. Some already done for you digital products that I have learned how to market and resell. She, Michelle O'Neill, the founder, she started these Legacy Builders programs in September of 2022 as a mother who struggled to raise her kids away, working, breaking her back. She looked herself in the mirror and she wondered how the hell did she land herself into the problems that she experienced. Spending sleepless nights, you're tossing and turning, whereas you should be sleeping. Yeah. It's not that you don't love each other. You find yourselves arguing with your significant other because what you're making, Angie, I see you. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate your presence here. How are you doing, Angie? How are you doing, my friend? So you're arguing with your significant other. It's not because you don't love each other, but it's because of the financial hardships, the constraints, and even now, where we are headed. Angie, as you've joined, thank you for being here. Please contribute by tapping on the screen for me. Yeah, that's all I ask of you. Lovingly and kindly, I ask you to tap the screen as you listen. Yeah. So my life has changed only because I took a leap of faith into this. It sounded too good to be true. And I was wondering whether I would be able to see success. I was scared. I had never done this. I didn't have no experience. I didn't have any tech skills. I was never on TT because I was scared of TT because I thought it was a purely dance platform. But those are just excuses. Those are just excuses because if somebody offered you an opportunity and they said to you, you have worked yourself and you're not seeing results, you're not seeing success for a pretty long time, you have been doing the same thing over and over. So you're overwhelmed, you're super stressed, you are overworked, you're underpaid, you want to see results from doing something else that is more fun on your smartphone, just sparing 2 to 3 hours, even if you still maintain that job, that 9 to 5 where you're putting in and punching the clock all day. You can still do this as a side hustle. and earn a full-time income. What I have earned through this business, I have realized much more than I ever earned on a 9 to 5. But you know what? Simply because I took action. All because I took action, ladies and gentlemen. Action takers are the money makers. Because nothing changes if nothing changes. You have experienced so many problems in 2025. Now, 2026, January, February, gone. This is March 2026. Probably at the beginning of the year, Benson Duma, thank you for joining. Probably you wrote out resolutions for 2026. It's 2 months down. Some of you promised themselves that they would start keeping fit. 2 months, have you seen any results? That brings me to the next question. 2025, you are still on social media, spending a lot of time. Did you earn anything from your presence on social media? And I'm telling you, there is a business that you could start. You can invest in yourself, purchase done for you digital products that will equip you with skills that you will own for life. You may have gone to school, to university. Yeah, you enrolled in a uni for education. You wanted to learn how to become a mechanic, a doctor, an engineer. You stayed in a class for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, some of us. You end up paying so much for school fees. Yeah? After graduating, then only do you start trying to find yourself a job. So that the skills, the knowledge, the education that you got, you put to use, you'll start applying just to generate income. I hope you're all aware that the 9 to 5 jobs, those jobs where you are working at, guys, they pay you because you're applying a skill. They pay you for a skill that you're applying. So back to the story that I wanted to share with you. I said a business is designed to solve a problem. So I am running an online business where I promote, I market, I resell done for you digital products that I did not create myself. But now I own these products because I invested in them, and I will own them for life. Joy Koi, confirm if you're still here. Joy, are you still here? And so if a business is designed to solve problems, this business that I started is a business that is giving solutions. If you're a broke mom, if you're a mom who's lived with a lot of guilt for being unable to provide what your young ones require, and you're looking for something that you can do, you can come and start this business. You can invest in this business that will equip you with new skills, brand new skills that will help you create income for yourself so that you are a more present mom. You are a mom who's able now to provide easily what your young ones require. And so I said, who are these people who I'm providing the solutions to? If there's already a population of over 5 billion people on the internet, not everybody requires my products. And that's what brings me to my story, so that you can clearly but simply understand exactly who this business is for. Now, at a church community over the weekend, the whole in my church was filled with laughter, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, baby carriers, all glowing. Yeah, and my daughter as a new mom, yeah, a first-time mom. There were people in my church, in the hall, over the weekend. There was a community, and the hall was filled with laughter. Laughter from baby carriers who were all glowing, but they all looked tired. New moms. Thank you, Joy, for returning. Here's my story. Joy, if you're listening. Yeah? And there were 3 vendors who had been invited into this community. 3 vendors had been invited. Vendors are just people who came along and brought their products. They brought their products, yeah, at this event. And I said the event was for moms, new moms. So they came, some of them came with their young ones, you know. Some of them had hired nannies and they left their young ones home. And so they were looking at the time. But there were 3 vendors who had been invited into this event. And one of them, the first lady, stood up holding a pack of diapers and waving her pack of diapers. Yeah, soft, affordable Pampers for your little one. She smiled as she yelled. All right? Before she could even finish her sentence, moms were already lining up behind her. And within an hour, the lady who brought those soft, affordable Pampers. What's going on? I'm talking about digital marketing, Bazoo. Welcome. So I'm giving this story that happened over the weekend in my church community where there were all first-time mamas who had been invited. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. Yeah, first-time mamas had been invited in my church community over the weekend. All first-time mamas had been invited in my church community. I'm trying to just paint a clear picture of my online business and who my perfect audience, who the people who would be looking out for my products in my online business. I want to illustrate. Thank you, Angie, for what you're doing. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, my friend. So I'm giving just a short illustration. Thank you. Oh, thank you, my dear. Appreciate it. May God forever bless you. So I'm giving a short story that will illustrate my perfect customers. It will make you understand what a niche is. Thank you, girl. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Thank you for being here and thank you for what you're doing. May God forever bless you. All right? So I want you to understand who are the people that I sell my products to. All right? I want you to understand that every business is designed to solve a problem. So obviously, the people who I am introducing my business to, the people who would be interested in my products, I want you to get to know what niche is. And if Angie, you could type for me, Angie, it's a kind request that you type niche, the word niche. All this jargon, I came into this business, I could barely spell. I could hardly spell the word digital marketing. Yeah. And so I didn't even know what. Yes, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for the engagement. Yeah. So niche is a group of people. That's my perfect audience, actually, or the people who would be interested in my digital products. These are people who are sitting in a particular corner in the internet, and they are looking out for certain products. Like the story that I'm about to give you here. At a church community over the weekend, the hall was filled with laughter, baby carriers, and glowing new moms, but they all looked tired. All right. So they had been invited to attend this funky. It was an event for all new moms. And amongst us, there were 3 vendors who had been invited. Vendors, people who came and brought in their products. Thank you, Mwesh, for joining. Yeah. So there were 3 vendors who came in with their products. And one of the ladies stood up. Remember, it was a ladies' event. And there were enough new mommies. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be there as soon as I'm done with mine. I'll come to show support. Thank you, my friend. And the reason that we are showing up, ladies and gentlemen, we want more and more people who are faced with certain circumstances. Because I said, if you start a business, you are basically providing solutions to somebody who is in some problems. You walk into a supermarket, you're looking for sugar, you're looking for tissue because you cannot take sugarless tea. You want tea leaves because you need to take tea. You want food stuff because you live, you can only eat to live and not live to eat. All right. So there are problems that you are faced with that take you, and you need to spend money. You visit a hospital because you are unwell. The other day I spoke about paying a visit to my optician because I've had eye issues. All right. And you obviously will go there with some money to spend. So 3 vendors had been invited to this function, to this event over the weekend. And one of the ladies stood up and she carried a pack of diapers. And she said these diapers, she had already experienced them. She had already used them on her young one. And they were soft, affordable Pampers that other ladies could also use. And before she even finished showing off her stuff, there were already mummies lining up behind her. And 1 hour later, her Pampers were sold out. Next, another vendor shared her testimony about apple cider vinegar gummies. All right? Apple cider vinegar gummies. And she said, I have lost weight using this. She said excitedly, showing off her waistline. And a few moms leaned in. Thank you, Esther Wanjiko, for joining. Appreciate it. Some who are already thinking about baby weight. Yeah. Some who really looked themselves in the mirror and they thought, if she's lost so much weight since the last time they met, why not? They would make do with a few bottles. And so they ended up buying a bottle or 2. Decent sales, but the gummies were not sold out. And finally, one gentleman displayed trendy Nike shoes. Nike. Yeah, you know those Nike sports shoes. And he said, comfortable, stylish, and a great deal, he announced. Probably he tagged along his wife, and thought, why not bring in my products? Probably the wife was also wearing a pair and bouncing all the way to glory. So the moms who are present here, they just smiled politely. A couple asked for the prices, but let me know, between diapers, feeding schedules, and sleep deprivation, new sneakers were not top priority. So this gentleman packed up most of his stock and took them back home. So let me now get to the order of what sold most. The Pampers sold out. Guys, Pampers were all sold out at this event. Number 2, the apple cider vinegar gummies. There was just moderate sales. The Nike shoes, very few sales. So now, do you understand who your niche is? You sell what people need right now, not just what you think is good. This message actually illustrates the right product, the right audience, and this is the right message to get you informed. So, I hope this doesn't log us out. Okay, well, please don't call. If you click the link on my bio, you will get my contact details. Anybody who's interested in this same business that I'm running, where I'm promoting done for you digital products that were created by somebody else. Yeah. And now I get to market them. I get to sell them over and over. I have full legal rights to these products. Let's see if I'm able to do this, because I see this is a call that I need to. Guys, let me just pause this for a bit. Oh, let's see. Kin. In the meantime, click the link, click the link on my bio so that you get access to my digital products. Guys, I would like you to get access to the email that helped me start this business and understand the products that I resell, that I market on the digital space. Yeah, this is interfering. The call just came through. Cobra joined. Welcome to my live.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm all right. Pole.